I have all the admiration in the world for what Matt Campbell has accomplished and is building in Ames, Iowa. But my goodness, people are talking about this at times like, I don't know, that this is an emerging dynasty or something. Okay. The Iowa State program has won 3 and 4 games throughout its history, recent history. He did a great job in elevating it to a lot of 7 and 5 seasons. So if you look at Matt Campbell's run there, it's been a lot of 7 and 5, 8 and 4 with the bowl game in question. And then they took off last year, but the end result was still 9 and 3, which is a tremendous season, but it's not of national championship caliber. Now they are the darlings of college football in many corners of the nation. But they do have a date with Iowa that's not necessarily going to be a gimme.
Well, yeah, that depends on who you're talking to, Mark. Yeah, listen, I am so, you'd think, given the fact that Iowa State hasn't beaten Iowa since 2014, you would sort of think that the roles would be reversed, that Iowa fans would be kind of penciling in a win there. And certainly Iowa fans aren't doing that. And I'm not trying to put the Iowa fan base ahead of the Iowa State fan base, but you kind of alluded to it. There is a lot of attempting to switch around the roles of little brother, big brother in this state. And I think it makes sense because when you have 7 straight years of failing to get over the hump against Iowa and a lot of close games. I mean, the Cy-Hawk rivalry, it's been a great rivalry despite the fact that it's been somewhat one-sided in the win-loss column. But I think so there's just some hostility and some pent-up frustration with the fact that Matt Campbell hasn't beaten Kirk yet. And so I look forward to that game. It just got pushed back to 3:30, which I thought was an odd time for, you're a former ESPN guy. It's an ABC game, I believe, Mark, but they pushed it back from 2:30 to 3:30. So maybe you can give us some insight as to why they did that. I've kind of made that a dark horse game for College Game Day week 2. I know there's a couple other games in the docket that could get in the way of that. But, yeah, that game's going to be great. And I'm happy for Iowa State because it only helps Iowa. Iowa fans that dog on Iowa State and are delight in those 3-4 win seasons, they're probably not either thinking straight or they don't care enough about Iowa football, because you got to realize the more Iowa State has success, the better Iowa's strength of schedule becomes. Iowa's not getting rid of the Iowa State game off its schedule, nor should they, especially now that Matt Campbell has had the success he's had there. It's going to be, I think the quarterback head-to-head will be the number one position to watch. I think a lot of people will be watching the running back head-to-head matchup, but at quarterback with a seasoned guy in Brock Purdy against a quarterback, we assume it's going to be Spencer Petras. Who knows if he comes out game 1 against Indiana and it's terrible, who knows? But that would be his first true road game. I'm not considering anything that happened last year true road games. There were no fans in the stands. So that'll be the first true road game for Spencer against a guy in Brock Purdy who, just like his head coach, Matt Campbell, has never beaten Iowa. Of course, the running back position, I mentioned that. There's just a lot of different spots to look at. It's going to be a great game. And I'll tell you, 2 years ago, that's one of my last great pre-COVID college football moments was heading out to College Game Day and being able to just witness that atmosphere from the Iowa State fans. And of course, as soon as I was done there, I hightailed it out of Ames to have our watch party and watch the game. But no, that'll be a great game. Obviously, Iowa players and the coaching staff, they've got a big game week 1, so they're focused on that once we hit summer camp. But Cy-Hawk rivalry is alive and well, no doubt.